Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Frigiphobia, Neon Goblins run through of Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. As always, I am your DM. My name is Morgan, and I am joined by my fantastic cast of goblins. We have James.
Ahoy, hoy.
A Prescott.
Hello.
A Griffin.
I want both teams to have fun today.
Kristen.
Howdy.
Alden.
I hope neither team has fun today.
Edgelord. And Cavan.
Hi, I'm Cavan. I'm on the red team.
As always, just this disclaimer, Frigiphobia is at times a horror adventure. If at any point you need to step away from the stream for your own mental well-being, we completely understand. The players at the table are always prepared for what has the potential to show up in-game, and there are measures in place to make sure everyone has a positive experience. We hope you extend yourself the same consideration. Now, before we dive into this evening's session, who would like to do the recap from week before last?
Morgan,
Yes?
speaking of mental well-being, is there a reason why you have Baby Yeti up on Roll20?
Oh, no, yeah, he was cute. I just felt like looking at him.
He was cute,
wrong.
yeah, he was.
He was.
Yeah.
I'm just
He
gonna
was
X that
wonderful.
out for the...
Mercifully.
Yeah,
Put
okay.
down.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I can
James,
try.
you know what? If you want to start shit, you haven't done a recap yet. So come on, James.
Hey, don't look at me, I'm a goblin. I don't write shit down. That's Alden and Kristen and Prescott. They're the ones that write shit down.
I do some notes. Not enough notes, though.
Yeah,
What you
yeah.
got?
Do it, Prescott.
I didn't mean to
Oh.
leave you out of that, Griffin and Kevin, sorry.
I literally
Okay.
do not.
Oh, I don't. I've never taken a note in my entire life.
I thought that. I was just, you're with me, I know.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave out stuff and jump around possibly. But after helping the old woman with her Schwinga problem, we finally make it into town proper as it's starting to get dark late in the evening. No one's in town. We're trying to find where to go. We're able to catch someone's attention and ask them where we should go. And apparently the preferred tavern has recently shut down. And all that's left is a crummy little
The uphill
ill-advised
climb.
space. Uphill climb, yes. So we make our way over there for a warm meal, though not very tasty. And unfortunately, no lodgings, though. But we are advised that the keep might have some lodgings if we're able to get an audience. Seeing that Alden's character, Wilhelm was in the army, was a veteran, was in the army, was able to grant us some hospitality and audience into this creepy keep, which seemed creepy. We are met by Kadroth, right?
Eventually.
Yes,
Kadroth
eventually,
Mhm.
who is a very flamboyant guy. Well, everyone else in town is jury, so of course everyone is suspicious of him as he tries to impress us with his fine clothing and overzealous hospitality. We are eventually shown to a burnt out library after catching wind of a creepy guy in the corner peeking around a door. I've forgotten how he was described exactly.
A small, greasy, and slightly unkempt looking
Yes.
human man with a malicious expression.
Malicious expression, yes. But yes, we are eventually shown to what was a library that was burnt out from a fire that we could determine was just a fire in the fireplace getting out of control, not people trapped in here to die, because, it just adds to the creepy atmosphere of this keep. Which we then ended up bedding down for the night after trading tales of where he grew up and hiding ivory bones in the woods from fish that are easily everywhere.
Yep. A couple of dreams were had.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. I had one of the Raven Queen, just praise of taking care of the white coal light walker and getting hints of the druid that was in the service of our world. But more importantly, our druid who took the staff had dreams of climbing a mountain and crossing a precipice to see a visage of Auril, I think.
It was
And-
described as a strange geometrically amorphous silhouette.
Okay, that a strange silhouette. I couldn't remember it was fully. And startled awake from her vivid dreams, we decided it was pertinent to separate her from the staff and put it in the bag of holding until we could identify it.
Yes,
And I don't know if this is important yet, but I did write it down as if it was. That Kadroth is wearing a blue jewel that looks similar to the jewel that we had found from the letter of the Durgar. So he's
Oh,
already
yeah.
suspicious.
Yep. Super.
The,
You had
um,
found some sort of unfinished, unpolished chunks of a strange crystalline mineral that you identified as Chardolin.
Chardolin, that's what it is.
And he is wearing an amulet that seems to be fashioned of that material.
But we
Alright.
did know that it is commonly found in the area. The rare
Yeah.
can still be found. Yeah.
I'm just suspicious of this guy, so I'm looking for all
Yeah,
excuses.
like I said
Don't
multiple
be
times, it's
suspicious.
kind of a
Don't
creepy
be suspicious.
atmosphere in this whole place.
Suspicious.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
have been
Yeah.
met with nothing but open hospitality.
And that's what sucks
True.
is like, you really
True.
rely on the goblin here to start some stuff so that we can like find something out. But James is an absurdist, so what can we do?
Y'all
And-
have been playing too much D&D.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, we have. I will point out again that the taverns was did not have any ale and was ill prepared to host like stocks weren't kept because the ferry has been able to run.
And we're
so
supposed
things are
to.
kind of-
We kind of have a little mini quest right now where he's taking the empty bottles and I think
barrels,
getting us
yeah,
a
to
sled
refill.
so that we can go take the bottles to Easthaven and fill them up and bring them back. Which is another reason was supposed to be a positive thing along with Wilhelm's veteran lifestyle, past lifestyle.
Yay!
Yes.
he
Oh,
said
yes.
he would ask around if he could find you a sled, and if
It might not
so,
happen, yeah.
that would be his
Then
price,
we-
was to help him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't let us upstairs.
Well,
Yes,
he
would-
said that he had already, it was already either full and or
or
used
accounted
for
for.
storage. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
There was also that abandoned place.
Yes, the abandoned,
That
the
might
preferred
be-
place that was
What?
now
Yeah.
abandoned.
I mean, look at the picture of this guy. Can you show the audience that?
No,
'Cause
they can
that
see
is
it.
Oh, yeah, they can see
ridiculous. Yeah, no, that's absolutely a bad guy. Come
Yeah.
on. I don't
There's
care how polite he is. Like I've got my James Bond hat on. Like, yeah, this guy's gonna definitely try and kill me.
Yep.
Like Act 2.
Is more of his like schwarmy, like
Yeah.
over hospitable. It's like, yes, I'm gonna be super pleasant and friendly to everyone to
Mhm.
extreme degree.
Did we ever
It's
clock
just
him
kind
with
of
an
like-
insight check?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that we did.
Yeah, he seemed pretty
Pretty
clean,
sure that
but
we don't trust him.
Yeah.
Like for
I think it's the
mechanical
whole
He hasn't
dreary
given
atmosphere of the
you-
town.
No.
Yeah, he hasn't
No.
given you explicit
Yeah.
reason not to.
Nope.
Yeah.
No insight check changed that.
Yeah. I think it's mainly the dreary
He's that
atmosphere of
good.
everything around us was like,
It's just that good.
eh,
It was, you know what? It was the innkeeper that was we were like not
yeah.
telling us the whole truth.
yes,
was what I was
that was that.
That
Yeah.
did track a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay. So you all did manage to get your long rest and you leveled up as a result.
Hurrah!
Wow.
Zadrin, you took your 4-hour trance at the beginning of the night shifts. So
Yeah.
you were already awake. And who was it that took the last watch? Do we recall?
I took the first watch. When he slept. So I thought
Yeah.
I think
I-
we're
I
all
think that would
sleeping now and it's
be-
just him.
I
Yeah,
think
it's just
Wilhelm
me.
was the
Yeah.
one on the last.
Okay.
No, it was just me on the last because I
Oh,
took
okay.
about 4-hour
Okay.
trance and then just
Oh,
took
yeah.
the
Yeah, that
4
makes sense.
rest
Yeah.
of the night to watch. Yeah.
Gotcha. Then you
And what
are
level
the
are we?
one-
Just to be clear,
5.
5. Okay,
Okay.
just wanted to double
Good.
check.
Just making sure. Wait,
Make
what?
sure I actually leveled instead of just like, okay.
Ozzy needs his beauty sleep.
That's for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then, Zadrin, you are the one awake to hear in the earlier hours of the morning. You reckon it's got to be sometime between 6 and 7 a.m. You hear the muffled footfalls that signify someone walking outside the interior wall of the library that you know flanks the landing at the top of the stairs. There was a door in this wall. There was just the door leading to the more ornate bedroom that the library is off of that has remained under watch, though with your insistence was not locked throughout the night. But you do hear the footfalls stop just outside the unbroken wall at the top of the stairs, and you hear some muffled but not necessarily hushed female voices exchanged.
Okay, can I perception check to piece it together or get any bits and pieces? Let's see. Let's use this one. That will be a 17.
Okay. Through a stone wall, even with a 17, you can't make out words per se, but you can definitely isolate 2 different female voices. One from the pitch and tonality you recognize to be the human servant woman that assisted you the night prior, and one you don't recognize. This one is lower, more even, calm, and very short and terse. You don't hear this person say a lot in response to the other. And as you have your ear pressed near the stone, you begin to feel it slowly vibrate, and you hear the grating of rock. And the rest of you are awakened as this sound swells to fill the room. And Zadrin, as you pull away, the stone itself begins to shift like water and open into a perfect rectangular doorway leading onto the landing. You see the same human servant as before, who has stepped back a couple of feet and sort of, she doesn't look scared, but she definitely looks a little bit on edge, and she is staring at this individual who stands before you. An albino tiefling woman with a beautiful white snowy feather mantle and a jet black raven perched atop her shoulder peers down at you from an impressive height. She looks from you to the rest of your party within, and then turns on her heel to face the servant. Will there be anything else? No, ma'am. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. The tiefling then brushes past her and grins over her shoulder. Very well, I'm going to make my way out. I wouldn't want to miss my warm welcome at Easthaven. And then you watch her disappear down the stairs.
Can I get a look at the staff, the ice that's pictured, see if it's similar to the ice crystal that was encompassed in the staff that we got from the druid?
I mean, just from a cursory glance, give me a perception check just to see how much you can gather in a very quick moment of being faced with this new individual.
Just a 14.
At cursory glance, it seems somewhat similar. It's also a very pale staff topped with this strange bluish white crystal with a very dark center, but it's hard to tell if they're exactly the same when she's gone so quickly.
Wilhelm.
Yes, my friend.
What was that?
I believe they have opened a new door.
What? I thought we were, we were all, sleeping in this room, and this lady just walks through.
Well, I believe she is opening this door, so we do not open that door because, they have a prisoner in that door.
Yes, good morning. So sorry to disturb you without being announced. We weren't sure if you'd be staying another night, and Lady Avarice has got to leave, so we figured this would be a good preparation to make before she hits the road.
Who's Lady Avarice?
Oh, the tiefling woman you just saw.
I mean, that's a
lady.
super cool name. I gotta give that to her.
I want to
super
be
cool.
friends with her. I've
Oh.
decided that.
Is she in
She's a-
charge?
What?
Did you see how white she was? I like just
Super
stark
cool.
white. I am too.
Seriously.
We have that in common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
you
it's-
notice she had like
anyone
red
who's-
eyes.
Is she in
Okay.
charge here? Is that?
True.
No, Mr. Kadroth is keeping things in line while the speaker's ill.
I don't know. She seemed pretty in charge.
She is she's a bit intimidating.
Like if Lady Avarice and that other guy, like came to it, who would come out on top?
Oh,
Well,
I'm
that's a
sure-
silly question.
I'm sure I have no idea.
I think you
Uh,
do.
I mean,
You can speak plainly to us. We're not, in your cult or whatever.
Osborne, you're harassing the poor woman. Come
Oh,
on.
you're right. I'm sorry.
There's breakfast prepared downstairs if you need be interested.
Yes.
My husband whipped it up fresh this morning.
That would be appreciated. Thank you.
Of course. Right this way.
How did the wall move? Because I did not notice anything like that last night.
Like I said, Lady Avarice is really talented.
Okay.
So cool.
Right this way to the dining chamber, same as before.
She's
Alright.
not another druid, is she? I mean, I like druids. Some of my friends are druids, but
One of my friends is a druid.
Just one, yeah. I mean,
the only reason I ask is because the last one we ran into tried to kill us with a pack of homicidal
that's true.
wolves.
Yeah,
That's
so right
true,
now
yeah, I
I'm
forgot about
pretty
that.
neutral on druids. Yeah.
I'm very warm on Gran. We're best friends. I consider her one of my closest allies up here in the frozen north. Any other druid we meet, suspicious.
Also, Gran does try and get herself killed a lot. Like I am very worried about her.
She
I don't-
doesn't
I don't
try.
think that's her fault.
That's quite rude to say, Wilhelm. She doesn't
rude.
try to get
Run
herself
ahead.
killed.
I'm like, oh, Gran,
She's
no.
not suicidal. She just,
Yeah. And death isn't the end. It's just a new beginning.
What did
Sure,
I say?
whatever.
Sorry.
Oh, what are we doing up so early?
I have no idea.
We were just talking about druids and how you're our favorite one.
And there's
Oh.
breakfast.
Yes,
Also
the food
breakfast.
is ready.
Thank goodness I had terrible dreams last night, so I didn't sleep at all.
What did
Oh,
you dream
really?
about?
Well, I mean, it was all about that stupid staff that I shouldn't have taken, but I've grown abnormally attached to.
Oh well, that's evil.
I know.
Is it?
That's clearly
So,
evil.
Is it?
If you pick
there's
up a thing off of a dead person and it gives you nightmares, that's evil. That's
Oh, you're
There's
probably
actually a
right. You're
tag
probably
there,
Yeah,
right.
you know, that makes
Yeah.
sense actually.
that's
Yeah.
just like pure superstitious logic right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the only cure is breakfast.
Yeah. You know,
So,
In the world, what do we-
speaking
go
of,
ahead.
who is first down the stairs?
I'll go down the stairs first.
Okay,
Yes.
Osborne, as you are nearing the bottom of the flight, you do catch a glimpse of Avarice, this new albino tiefling woman, speaking with the same crimson-skinned tiefling man that you had met the evening before, who introduced himself as Kadroth. He looks a little bit more disheveled this early in the morning. His sort of tufts of white silver hair that were perfectly combed before are sticking out a little bit at different angles around his pointed ears, and his attire is nowhere nearly as fine. It looks like he just kind of threw something on. But you do overhear just this tail end of their conversation. You hear Avarice say to Kadroth, "And make sure they see Hethel. Lord knows the old woman is probably not going to make it till the end of the day, and she won't shut up about telling her prophecy. But you know where to find me if things go awry. Just give the boys a wink and I'll be back."
Did you say prophecy?
Good.
Hello.
Wait, I will.
We're all here. We're in
At
the
the
room.
bottom of the stairs, I will like, "Meh." And everybody can pile up against me. That's my
She
3-foot
sort
goblin.
of glances to the bottom of the stairs where your entire assembly clumps rather obviously
Hello.
and makes her way
You're
out
so
into the-
cool.
She's not
Hey.
answering.
Can I-
She's not
Hey.
answering any questions.
Yeah. I'm definitely just staring at that raven on her shoulder. Haven't seen
Wilhelm.
one in a while.
yes.
Stairs back.
Yeah.
She said something about somebody named Hethel. Hethel.
Well,
Avarice.
sounds like if we eat breakfast, we will get to meet her.
Hamel. I don't know
Yes.
exactly what it was, but I think it was like Heffel.
It was Heffel, my friend.
Someone old.
There is a.
I don't know if she was
steaming
even talking about us.
There's a steaming small cauldron of something on the table in the center of the dining hall, as well as a stack of some very simple but nice clay bowls and bits of flatware. The maid that has been assisting you sort of gives a sweeping gesture of her hand towards the table. That's for you, folks. Is there anything else you'll be needing for the moment? Otherwise, I have to get back to work in the kitchens.
Come on, Wilhelm. It's the continental breakfast.
Is Kadroth still in the room?
He is standing right where Avarice left him, just inside the door, and you see him sort of smoothing out his tunic, trying to tuck it into his trousers and pulling sort of what looks like it might have once been a really fine nightgown, but has sort of frayed at the bottom of the sleeves and the robe itself. It doesn't seem like it was made for someone of his shorter height, and he is just sort of collecting himself and leering out the door after her before he reaches out and pulls it to with a loud thump.
I'm
Feel
gonna
that.
take a big theatrical seat at the table, shovel a big bite of whatever kind of soup that is into my
Seems
mouth,
like a nice porridge.
and sort of chew loudly and go, "Hey, Kadroth! Wait, who's Hevel? We've got questions." Kadroth,
Yes, well, good morning. I apologize for the
Good morning, my friend.
early hour. We had to accommodate different schedules, as it were. But yes, Hethel is she is one of my advisors, if you will, one of my companions, and she would very much like to speak with the lot of you. See, Hethel has a bit of a prophetic eye, if you will. She catches glimpses of the future, and she's been speaking a lot about a band of adventurers that dispatched some invisible dwarves recently. I take it that's you.
I'd like to sneak
Could
up
be.
behind Hadroth.
Give me a stealth check.
Hadroth.
That's what I said.
You said Hadroth.
That's what I said.
It's with
Hadroth.
a K.
It's
not H.
with a K.
It's a K.
Ooh, I got a 24.
He doesn't acknowledge you.
I want to poke my head around to the side and go, "Who is that lady?
Oh, come on.
Who is that cool lady? I want to talk to her."
He takes a slow step to the side away from you and just sort of swishes his tail in between you and him, and it starts twitching with a bit of agitation.
Kadroth, we've been known to be very cooperative with people who are honest with us.
And the opposite with people who aren't.
I'm sorry, is that some sort of threat? We have brought you into this place with open arms, fed you for free, mind you.
It's not
And
a
here I
threat.
am offering you a chance to speak with one of our prophetic seedsayers, and you are in here accusing us of lying about what exactly?
Oh, calm down,
It's not a
Kadroth.
threat.
Calm down.
It's a
I didn't
fact.
say you lied to us. And Osborne can jump the crossbow a little bit when it comes to threatening people. Don't let him in the same room with a bartender. Anyway, the point is, I would just really love to know who the hell you people are. And I want to make that a persuasion check.
Go for it.
Well said.
Zadrin is definitely like
Okay.
ducking his head down, like scooting
Yeah.
away from people and like, I'm not part of this crowd anymore.
Yeah.
Trying to see how tall you can stack the porridge. Like, just playing with it.
Okay, that is going to be a 25.
5. All right. Kadroth sort of glares down at you for another moment, Osborne, before looking to you, Ryston. Well, we were going to discuss it anyway. I suppose this is as good a time as any, even if not exactly ceremonious. And he strides over in hard-soled boots that sort of clack against the stone floor and seats himself opposite you, though he does not indulge in any breakfast. He folds his crimson hands. He has sort of long, almost filed to a point nails that seem a bit grimy under the tip. dirtier than you would expect a seeming nobleman's nails to be. And he levels his gaze at you, Ryston, golden eyes piercing as he asks, "Are you familiar with Levistus?"
Vaguely. That's a pretty big name to be throwing around as part of an introduction.
Roll me an Arcana check, Ryston, just to see how much you do know.
That is not my strong suit. I'm afraid vaguely was correct. It's a 2.
2. Yeah, that's definitely a name you've heard before, and it's definitely an important one. But you have no idea who it is.
Enlighten me. Pretend I've forgotten.
Go for it, Wilhelm.
Oh, no, I just got a 10. I'm just letting you
You
know.
have 10. You can't entirely place where you've heard it, but you're wanting to associate it somehow with the Hells.
Yes.
He's not Asmodeus,
Yeah.
but
But he's
maybe
bad.
his buddy?
Yeah, he's bad.
But nonetheless, Kadroth sort of sits and you see him sort of turning one of the silver rings that he wears on a finger just absent-mindedly. Levistus is our patron, if you will. He has plucked a few select souls from what would have been certain death out in the horrid white wastelands that Auril has cursed this place to become. We, in turn, do his bidding. And some of us are elevated into positions of importance. And he sort of tugs at his robe a little bit before folding his hands once more. And some of us are even bestowed certain abilities, like Hathel. Levistus himself has reached into her mind on occasion and given her glimpses of the future and knowledge that she should not be able to possess. And this is why we would like you to speak with her, because she has been insisting that there is something that you need to know that only she can impart upon.
Before we continue on, I would like to know, does Levistus desire the end of Auril's reign?
More than anything.
Ooh.
You see, Levistus is entrapped in one of the levels of the Nine Hells in an icy, frozen prison that was partially of Auril's make. He would love nothing more than to see her blightful reign dethroned here in Icewind Dale.
Well then, while you make me extremely uncomfortable, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
What about avarice?
Well, what about her?
Our
Is
friend
she-
has a little crush, if you could just indulge him.
No.
Well,
No one has any crushes.
she doesn't seem.
We
that
know what you
anything-
have. Yeah,
Well,
please.
yes,
You guys are so
yes.
obvious.
She
Okay.
didn't seem like she was aligned with the Hells.
I don't know. I pretty much I got that kind of vibe.
She also does the bidding of Levistus in her
Total.
own way. She's not exactly what you would call a team player.
I like that.
We
That's
all know someone.
Definitely a
like that.
cool trait.
Yes, we
Would
do.
you say
and
she's
we
a
all
Sigma
look
woman?
at Osborne.
So what's the speaker's role in this? He's not really sick then, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, Kranich? No, he's just a cumbersome fool that doesn't know what's good for him. We're keeping him safe but out of the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Does-
That might be part of
Does he-
negotiations later, depending
Wait,
on
does-
what exactly
does
you guys
he
want
want-
from us. But
Does he want to just be alone in this tower? Why is he
Oh, I
not
assure
out
you
and
he is
about?
quite comfortable. He's
Gran.
a pain in the ass, if you'll excuse my language.
Gran, let's put a pin in that.
No,
We can get
What
to it
if
after the
he-
I
prophecy.
understand what Grant is talking. Is he
What
being
if he's
held
a
against his will?
prisoner? Is
he
he a
being held
prisoner?
against his will?
Yeah, he's obviously a prisoner.
Yeah,
Is
he's
he a
pretty
prisoner?
clearly a prisoner.
He's a prisoner.
He's a prisoner.
Shouldn't-
He's a prisoner,
He
right?
must be.
He's a prisoner.
We
He's
can't let
definitely a
go.
prisoner.
We're cool
I
if he's a
mean-
prisoner. We just might need to talk about that.
He is
Why
the
are we
most
cool with
comfortable
that?
prisoner you can imagine.
Yeah, see,
there
there
you
you
go.
go.
you
I
called
So
it.
we can
All right.
Still
pin in
a
that.
Granny called it.
Prophecy first, prisoner second. Right? Can we agree on that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We obviously, whatever they want us to do, we will get paid. Perhaps we could make that part of the bargain.
Yeah, maybe.
Wilhelm.
Before we strike any definitive bargains, per se, I think it's only best that you speak with Hethel. Thoob! He calls out, and in an instant, Zadrin, you see a familiar scuttling form as a hunched human man appears from around the doorway that he had been peeking from. His hair sort of matted down to his skull with grease and oil, very unkempt. Though his clothes are clean, seems to be held to a certain standard. But he quickly sort of scurries up to Kadroth's side and looks up at the tiefling. Yes, sir. Boob, tell Hethel that the adventurers will be up shortly. Yes, sir, of course. And he scutters away just as quickly as he had come. And you see Kadroth sort of watch his retreat with a look of disdain.
Wilhelm.
Did you call him Boob?
Tube with a T.
Thoob.
With a T. H.
T-H-O-O-B.
Like thumb, but thoob.
Because he looks like a thumb. Yeah.
T-H-U-B.
I know you're not
bit.
saying goob, but that's the only other thing that's a word.
Isn't
Wilhelm.
any name a word?
That's fair, yes.
No.
Yeah, you want to talk to me, my goblin friend?
Some
words
names are words.
Some words have meaning and some don't. Wilhelm.
Wilhelm's name has Helm in it. That's a word. And a god.
Oh, hey.
Which god do you follow again? I forgot.
Tempest, the god of war and chaos. Why?
Well, I mean, they're talking about a lot of, devil shit in here.
Getting pretty theological.
Yes.
Are you
but
okay with that?
Yeah. Are we
once
good?
again, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Is that not chaos?
Devil and demon. I forget the difference between devils and demons.
One you
They're
can
not
trust to
friends.
keep their word, and the other one you can't.
But one of those is happening in here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't your god be at odds with that?
No, he's pretty much all about warfare, and this is just another part.
All right.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
Osborne, Kadroth reaches within his robes and pulls out that same dark crystalline pendant. And he looks at it with a look of adoration as he holds it at the end of the long chain that it rests on. I can understand your hesitation surrounding an archdevil. Devils in their own nature are often misunderstood. Tieflings understand that better than most. But, and he turns the
Changelings
amulet
too.
towards you. Levistus reached down and saved many of us from what would have been sure painful death in the icy grip of our will. He has never led us astray, and he promises to protect 10 towns from the tide to come. Whether you trust him or not, I implore that you simply hear out what we have to say.
Were you sacrifices from the 10 towns?
Some of us were meant to be. Others of us just found ourselves in unfortunate circumstances in the winter wilderness.
You see, my friend, this Vistus is protecting the very people that you do not like to see die.
Is there one here by the name of Kelgor?
We already.
Yeah, we know we
Really
fought
follow.
him, like we were there when he
Do you
died.
remember when he was
Do
a
you-
ghost
do you
zombie?
forget that?
and
Yeah,
we
but you
burned
can
him?
be. It happens all the time when people get resurrected, especially
forged
by
them.
devils and
I
demons and
think
things.
He forged
after
him
the
pretty bad.
undead people, after you become undead, then that becomes
His
a lot
soul has
harder,
moved
I
on.
hear.
I don't think
hear.
so. I mean, it depends
Yeah,
on the
no,
level.
no, it
depends
does.
on your level.
I'm sorry, who is Kelgor?
I don't
Just
worry
a
about it. It's not
sacrifice.
important.
It's a
Not
long
sacrifice
long
from the 10
story.
towns, yeah.
naked guy who
Don't ask about the baby Yeti. Am
he
I
just,
right?
oh yeah,
Don't talk about the baby Yeti.
we're all a bit traumatized.
Can we go and hear the
By
prophecy,
Zadrin's
please?
actions.
I love
Yes.
prophecy.
Yes,
so
I
very
think that's
much.
quite a good idea.
Yeah.
And he pushes himself back to his feet and tucks the amulet away. If you are finished with your breakfast, you can follow me.
Thank you.
Is anyone ever finished with?
I'm going to
breakfast,
bring my
really?
bowl, actually.
Yes.
Hey,
Uh,
how did you not finish?
when he presented the amulet, was there anything special about it, like a magical item kind of aura from it, or just a fashion piece?
You wouldn't know if it was magical just based on appearance. It was beautiful and finely crafted.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So he leads you all back up the stairs, almost towards the room that you had emerged from, but where you see the now open doorway leading into the library, across the landing is a closed wooden door that he stops in front of and lightly raps upon. It is instantly opened by Thoob, who is standing there almost bouncing excitedly with his wide eyes and almost salivacious grin. So he looks up at Kadroth. She's ready for them. This way.
Thanks, Tube.
I don't like that.
So as the door
Thoob.
presses open, you are hit by a chilly draft that wafts through the bedroom, despite a roaring fire in the hearth. Bundled under a thick quilt and seated in a squat rocking chair in front of the fire is a venerable dwarf with a wooden peg where her right foot should be. Next to her on a small table is a plate of barely picked at food. And as she sees you arrive, she heaves a heavy sigh and folds her hands over the top of one of the arms of the chair and says, "Yes, I've been dreading this moment. Come in." And you see this woman.
Oh my.
Okay.
Another
Hello.
walker.
Will we just sit on the ground like a story time type situation?
I don't care what you do,
You
Dragonborn,
could
so
stand.
long as you listen.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the
Yes, ma'am.
initiative and sit on the ground like it's a story time kind of situation.
You notice that she also has one of these
Mhm.
same amulets resting over her fur throw that's wrapped around her shoulders. Kadroth, you've heard all of this before. There's no need for you to stay. Take your scuttling little errand boy with you.
Ah, she got you, Tube.
Kadroth
Wow.
sort of
Thoob,
whips
Thoob.
at the back of
Oh, it's
Thoob's
boo.
legs with his tail
P-O-O-B.
as he pushes through the door.
THOOB, yeah.
Kadroth gives a nod, folds his hands behind his back, and steps out onto the landing, but leaves the door open as he makes his way back down the stairs. She pans her gaze over the lot of you, her eyes heavily clouded with the cataracts that come with age, liver spots and other signs of her ancient disposition clear upon her wrinkled features. She has wiry silver hair that's plaited into two tails down either side of her face, and a messy knot that resembles a silver bird's nest on the crown of her head. So you're the ones then. You don't look like much to me.
I don't
But
feel like much.
Levistus is never wrong. Very well. There are things you must know, slayers of the invisible.
Ah, that's a cool thing to be called. No, just all right.
I think she might be
You
mistaken
have
about who
already
we are.
heard tale of the blight of the sun, have you not? The
The
Dulgar
Sunblight.
Emperor and his
Yes.
sons?
Yes, the Sunblight, yes.
Zardarok musters an army and searches for something far more terrible that he wishes to unleash upon 10 towns. You must stop him before he is successful. However, his fortress is nigh impenetrable and already well beyond your current capabilities. You must venture to the very edges of the dale and strengthen your hearts if you are to stand any chance against his wrath and the things that he is constructing beneath the spine.
Okay.
So,
Which edge?
When, yeah,
Hold on. I think if we wait, she's gonna totally give us way better instructions than those.
Yes.
I don't know.
you will find soon the evidence of the lair of his ill intent. A fortress on the surface, but deep beneath a forge of unthinkable skill and malice, as it is powered by the still beating heart of a red dragon.
Oh, I like that.
You must make sure to hone your blades and your magic, and defeat the other son of Sunblight before you go to meet his master and his father. And beware that you are not corrupted in the meantime by the wiles of the White Witch Aril.
Sorry, did you
That's
say a
probably-
red
yeah, we
dragon?
can-
I
do that.
okay. Well, okay, real quick. I'd like to talk about the corruption and then the staff that we did happen to take from one of our followers. Should we just burn that?
Her gaze slowly pans to you, Gran, and she slowly looks up and down the staff that you carry, the white wood birch that seems naturally woven around the dark crystal at the top. Her gnarled hand with a slight tremor subconsciously reaches up and rests upon the amulet upon her chest. A staff is just an item. It is how you wield it that will say what is evil and what is not.
All right,
Cool.
well, Graham, you're cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll live forever.
If you're good with a couple of nightmares, whatever.
She heaves a sigh and sort of settles back into her rocking chair, folding her hands atop her chest, and her cloudy gaze just sort of drifts to a point on the floor between where you set Ryston and where Vulcan, you were sitting just next to him.
Thank you for your wise words.
Yeah.
Say in Dwarven.
Yes.
Good stuff.
She doesn't-
All right.
Oh, how will we know where to find the fortress?
We're heading there. Like, remember the letter?
Yes.
And we're like,
We will
follow-
soon find evidence of it on the surface, but beware that it extends deep into
Hey,
the
ma'am.
ground.
But by evidence, I mean, is it going to just say Red Dragon Lair right here?
Have her eyes moved at all while we're traveling?
Oh,
Nope.
did she die?
I think she's dead.
Do you want to do a medicine check?
Yes, I will.
Can I do a poking check? That's like a medicine
You
check,
can
but there's
poke
no
her.
dice roll.
I can walk up and lay hands. Give her 1 AP
Nope.
if she's still good. Am I gone? Am I gone?
No,
No, you're not gone.
Okay, good.
I only got 11 on the medicine check.
She ain't
Yeah.
moving.
What I get on the poking check?
She ain't moving.
Yeah, dead. Dead, everyone.
Wait,
We got here just in time.
Woof. Yeah,
I've got,
that's great.
I've got a
Oh,
question
she
for
said
the
she was
Okra.
dreading this day, and now it makes sense.
Yeah, clearly there
She
was some.
knew. She
yeah.
knew she was gonna
Yeah.
die.
If she's
That's
alive.
cool.
She was running on Levistus fumes and
That's
prophecy
super,
juice.
super
Sad.
sad. Though. Let's go tell them.
Zadrin, as you
Yes,
look
ma'am.
back from Hethel's side towards your party, you can see the open door behind where they are sitting and beginning to stir, and you see crouched there, eyes wide and just sort of chuckling to himself, Thoob.
I want to take the thing around her neck.
Feel
I
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I do a stealth?
Yeah.
Sleight of hand for that?
If you want to make it unapparent, sure.
I would like
Yeah.
to make it unapparent.
I called her
Uh,
Thube and it's like, make yourself useful and tell your master that it appears Hethel has moved on.
21.
We knew she would. I'll go tell him.
When he's gone, I start performing funeral rites in Dwarven and all that. Just
Okay. Osborne, you lift the amulet with neither Thoob nor any of your party members any the wiser.
Okay. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
where'd
stick
her
it in my-
amulet
I'm
go?
gonna stick it in my I'm not gonna
No,
put it on.
she
I'm
said
gonna stick it in
none
my
the
pocket
wiser.
for now.
Yeah, but I
Use
can
your
see
passive
her and
perception,
the
you
amulet's
cheater.
gone.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know
You
how
don't-
perceptive I need to be to
That-
see that there's a
she
big.
said that
her
then nobody
hands are-
noticed
she
that I
died
took
like
it now that it
this.
was
She
missing.
died with their hands in the way.
Yeah. We don't know who took
Did
it.
anyone see it evaporate into thin air or something like
No.
I
that?
think I saw it.
Yeah,
there.
I think it
You know what, my friend?
evaporated.
I bet you it is the symbol of Levistus's protection.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now that she is gone, it is no longer.
That was what
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
that
thinking.
makes sense,
She
yeah.
died. It vanished. That would,
Wilhelm is
so
very sensible. Yes.
amazing.
that
Like,
would
look,
validate my great theory about.
it's
her
good
being
to know
alive
that we are
by
not
the hour.
alone.
Yeah.
We've got the good people trying it and the
Yeah.
bad people trying. Like, everyone's trying to stop this. This is good.
Yes.
Seriously,
I'm trying
making
real hard
sense
to
right
ignore
now.
my party and continue.
Personally, I'm having a great time knowing that an archdevil is way interested in what I'm doing. That's great for my peace of mind.
But he
Yeah,
wants
that's
to
not
stop
great.
Aro.
We're all on
I want
board
to
with
stop Aro right now. He sounds like a nice guy.
I don't know.
That's definitely how I would describe any given archdevil. Is they
Anything
sound-
with
Nice
arch
guy.
in front of it isn't good, right?
Hmm? No, I would say no.
Archmages.
That's bad,
Depends
too.
on the guy. Yeah.
Scary,
Depends on-
dangerous.
that's
Don't want to
also
be around
bad.
him if you don't have to.
Adroth appears in the doorway, Thube just behind him, and he gives a bit of a nod and says, "Yes, well, archmages can be a bit finicky in particular."
That's
Oh,
what I just
Hathel.
said.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
steps in and moves around all of you, coming to stop at Hethel's side. And the look that he gives her, he doesn't seem particularly surprised or upset. It's more like a, okay, this happened.
This was part of the prophecy?
She wouldn't shut up about the fact that she had one final prophecy to relay to the group of invisible dwarf slayers before she passed.
Wow.
didn't
Tell us how you
realize
really
it.
feel, Kadroth. Am I right?
I didn't think it would be quite this immediate, but
That was pretty weird. Yeah. We had other questions
Mhm.
even. Like we were asking for clarification and she just
well, she did
Expired.
tell me what it was she was going to tell you. I don't know how much use I'll be, but you can let me know any questions that are still lingering.
Nah, I'm pretty sure most of it was like Levistus tier future telling stuff. I'm not sure how much I mean, unless you are intimately familiar with every part of the Icewind Dale. It was mostly
Don't know about that,
locational.
but I am the one that Levistus has seen fit to lead our group here.
I will ask him questions. Yeah, I'm happy to. Do you know where the lair of Zaradok is?
The lair of Durth Sunblight. No, I don't know exactly where that is. Hethel just went on about under the spine.
Under the spine.
Mm.
Okay, so he did know something. That's shocking, frankly, to me.
I happen to know a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right.
You know your way about a plate. You know how fashion looked 40 years ago.
So
Anyway,
could
about
you
the-
could you give an old dragonborn a little more information about these types of corruption you've seen around here in Cerdendril?
Naval.
Cardenneval.
I should have looked at my notes.
Yeah,
Ah!
I know. I forgot totally. That's why I've not said the name at
No,
all.
that's close enough.
I
Yeah,
have
what's
it
up
my
in
notes, I
town?
just-
Yeah.
Any happening hotspots?
His glare sort of lingers on you, Ryston, and he crosses his arms. He is now in a decent state of dress. He's changed out of his sleeping robe. Same tunic and breeches, but has a nicer sort of like what would almost pass as a smoking jacket.
My Chewinga wouldn't even want half of that.
I don't want to know what that means.
It's not a euphemism, I assure
But
you.
It's not.
I like lean over to Rice and I'm like, I thought you were the charismatic one. You are really tanking, man. What is
No,
going
no. What happened?
Fancy
is
today.
I realized, and here's what, and you can all take this for good coin. That guy has like 3 different people that he's answering to that are all way more interested than us than him. So we don't have to
Before
do.
Ryston finishes speaking, Grand Kadroth has sort of turned his back on the huddled group of men and looks to you to answer your question. I don't know if corruption is the word I would use so much as infestation. Her creatures and beasts that run amok, the perpetual winter that won't abate even to let an unhindered sunbeam through the clouds. Call it what you will, Auril's grasp on this land is hard to defy.
See, look, I totally just bitch slapped him, and he still had to answer the question. We have an enormous amount of power over this ridiculous man.
Do you say that out loud?
Yes, directly to all of my party members with explicit words.
You,
He
Zadrin
slowly
is
turns
shocked
to look at you,
and really
and
considering why.
folds his hands behind his back, stepping up closer to you, Ryson, and sort of peering up at you a little bit. He's a little shorter than you. Do you not know the meaning of the word hospitality? Do you not understand that it can be withdrawn at a moment's notice?
I think
Yeah.
he's wearing lifts.
I'm sure if Levistus wants you to withdraw his hospitality, he'll let you know.
I whispered to Gran, it's like, I see why he left Baldur's Gate. And
Okay.
actually,
He
Well,
was
everyone
really-
loves
He
me
was
in Baldur's
really
Gate.
bad at this. Yeah,
William, look how big his heels are.
I believe that there are no heels at all because he's a very tall, powerful, and handsome man.
Come on.
Hello, my friend.
Mr.
Wilhelm, at your
Kadrov,
service.
has Hethel told you anything about ways for us to prepare? Has she given you any kind of? Here's the thing: I don't know that an old woman like me can handle a dragon at this moment, and I feel as if there's some sort of help that she would have maybe told you of.
No, my dear, you misunderstand. There is no dragon. Zaldarok has cut the heart from its chest to power his forge.
There is also a dragon.
It's a white
Alright.
dragon.
Not that
A
kind
little
of
different
dragon.
from our system situation.
There's one dragon and one still beating heart of a dragon so far that we know for sure about.
I want to
Yes.
find that forge. I want to use it.
Yeah, I'm way into whatever.
When
No.
we grind and
dragon
get
hearted
stronger first,
evil
as
forge.
Sir Word said.
Grand Kadroth extends an elbow to you as if an invitation as he turns towards the door.
Oh, don't, Gran. You'll
Okay.
stink
Doing it.
for a week.
Okay. As you take his elbow, he just begins to lead you out onto the landing and down the stairs once more. But you must tell me, Hethel said that we were simply supplementing your knowledge, that you were already on the trail of Sunblight, one of the sons. Is this so?
I mean, yes, but we didn't have the amount of we didn't have a perfect location like she just gave us. So there was still new information to learn.
Where were you headed when you stopped by our humble town?
We were headed out to Easthaven.
I see. What was it that you were hoping to find there?
Not much. We're just food, shelter, you know. I know that Rorik was talking about us dropping off some bottles. You know, nothing in particular.
I see. Well, we have heard mutterings that there are some invisible creatures, I expect they were Durgar, coming and going from somewhere around the docks of Easthaven. I'm not exactly sure where, but if you are venturing there anyway, it might be worth looking into.
We've had some run-ins with him before, and it was not very pleasant. I'll keep
Yes,
an eye out.
Levistus did tell me that. And he sort of straightens up a little bit as he mentions Levistus having imparted information directly to him. But he pauses at the same banquet table, which has been magically cleared of the remnants of your breakfast, and releases your arm. And when is it that you will be making your way towards Easthaven?
Today. Unless
Ah.
there's any reason to stay.
We did
No.
have a couple more things to take care of here.
And what might those be?
Well, we had to finish hashing out the situation with you guys and the speaker of the town and all that stuff.
What situation are you referencing? I assure you things are quite in control.
Well, sure, they're under control, but look, Kadroth, I wouldn't say that I like you as a person, and I'm quite sure that you've taken a dislike of me as well. But
You truly are insightful.
yeah, no, I'm brilliant compared to you. But the point I believe that I was sort of driving toward is that unfortunately we have a bit of a vested interest in the continuing sort of prosperity, existence, and general well-being of the people of Ten Towns. And frankly, I don't know how much we can endorse keeping one of their elected officials trapped in a mansion, unable to exercise his powers. So,
Well, young changeling, now I find that you are contradicting yourself, for you see it is Crannock Seer's selfish, gluttonous ways that have found this particular township in such hard times. Now, we are doing our best to extend what hospitality we have to offer to the local townsfolk, making sure that that hovel of a place on the hill stays open for business despite its meager mercantile happenings. Kranich, on the other hand, has already put one of the establishments in town out of business, refusing to let their suppliers through and claiming all of the property for himself. Now tell me, if you are truly for the propagation of flourishing business in Tin Towns and the well-being of its citizens, does that really sound like the man you would want in charge?
Absolutely not, Kadroth. And frankly, I'm delighted to hear that you've been so good for the people of Caer Dineval. All the same, I would really love if we could get an opportunity to speak to Kranach. Maybe we can make whatever arrangements you have even a little bit more tolerable for you guys. And I want to do a persuasion about this.
Go for it, at disadvantage.
Okie doke.
I'd like to help with that.
How are you helping?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
Okay, that's not helping.
Is
You
there
just wanted to give him double disadvantage? Is that what you did?
Okay, so I want to, since I'm standing the closest to Kadroth, I want to turn around and with my super spooky staff and just like hit it against the ground twice super hard. Not say anything, but try and calm
took that
everybody down.
I'm gonna say it's still at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah.
Guys,
That was
I really
awful.
Y'all have
appreciate
done
all
a
of the
lot
help.
of shit talking this.
No,
time.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate all the help. It's a 24,
I
you
was trying to
guys.
throw him off, you know?
I have a +9.
Oh,
on this.
okay.
I was never worried.
He sort of sneers, I would say down the bridge of his nose, but you're taller than him, sneers up at you. I assure you, things are under control. Now, is there anything that we can provide you for your journey?
Yes.
Yes.
A sled.
What do you have?
We could provide a sled and 2 dogs to pull it. Beyond
Right.
that,
Good start.
it may not be extremely fast going. Some of you may have to take shifts on it. It's not exactly built to carry 6, but we
Well,
can
if-
provide it.
If you had an extra harness,
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah. we'll do the 2 dogs and 3 harnesses for the sled. Just in case one breaks along the way.
I mean, if you're going to shift into a beast that could pull the sled, that might certainly increase your speed.
Okay.
Forgive me, madam. I mean no insult. I do know a druid when I see one. I am quite a traveled gentleman.
Is it the pelt that did it?
I
The
think, it's
pelt,
still,
the staff, you know.
I think there's still some blood coming off your pelts, by the way.
You're supposed to tan them before you wear them, guys.
Yeah.
Super gross.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always forget.
Sure enough, I will go fetch Thub and we will make arrangements to gather the things for you.
So
You're
are we
welcome
not
to-
allowed to talk to this Kranich fellow?
Well, he
I
doesn't
don't
want
see
us
why
to.
it would be necessary.
We're gonna do it though, right?
I
I
have a few things,
suggest
if you'd
not.
be so kind. I apologize for getting your name wrong last night. I forgive you for getting the name of my shop wrong.
He reaches up
last
and
night.
gives 2 claps, and you watch from the top of the stairs as 2 guards that had not been in your purview before step out to the top of the stairs, and 2 more come in through the front door. I accept your apology.
Okay,
now, if
I
you will
wasn't-
wait here, we will be fetching the things you need for your journey.
I just wanted
thank you so
some
much.
timber.
He turns his back and continues to make his way out of
Yeah.
the chamber.
He wouldn't give me the timber because of you, Ryston.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
absolutely
yes.
think we
should
should
talk
That's
to
this
absolutely
Kranich
true.
fellow.
And Ryston, and also don't forget Osborne. He got a little bit of blame there too.
And
not-
you,
Mhm.
Osborne, I need to make a wand.
Yeah. Well,
I-
you know, if you're nicer to people, maybe you get things. If you're a jerk,
We're
I
gonna
didn't
be in
say
the,
anything.
Okay.
we're gonna be
I
in the
know, but you're
wilderness. There's
with a
trees
couple of
everywhere.
jerks, so-
Look.
so-
I am sorry.
Has to be treated. It's
I
treated wood.
apologize.
I'm not sorry.
For my
don't apologize.
imprudent treatment of the nasty, nasty tiefling.
Uh,
I might have a little bit of baggage where self-important so-called nobles are concerned,
Think.
Same.
I'm not gonna say that I was totally impartial in the
Same.
situation.
You think.
Also, this guy doesn't have shit. I'm sorry.
He's
I mean,
got
we all
of-
see
he's
it.
got a
You're not
sled, he's got
wrong.
a dog. He's got a
A
harness.
sled, yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
This is really
could
No,
helping.
it's-
dogs will be
it's
underfed and unusable if
really clear that he doesn't
Yeah.
have anything going for him other than his high status. But you
But
can't
no,
just
but
say
look,
that.
look, there has to be like 3 people in this castle who would be 100% willing to just take over his position were he to overstep his bounds and genuinely refuse to help us. He is not in charge here, you guys. That's the
We got-
dynamic I was trying to exploit.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could wait for Avarice to come
You made
back.
it really obvious to him, and that's bad.
Yeah, thank you.
On a different but still relevant subject, Vulcan, why don't you just take one of the torches on the wall that's treated wood? I mean, no one's going to notice. And if they
Okay.
do, what is it's a big old
One torch.
fortress?
Yeah.
Magic
It's a one
notice.
torch.
Can I do
Yes.
that?
One of the
Is that a thing?
guards that stepped just inside the door sort of looks at the other. Oi, no stealing torches.
No, we're not stealing. We,
We
are
need it
asking
for our
Boy.
quest on
I-
the behalf of your
You heard
delivery
him. He said we can
box.
take
Shut
whatever
up.
we want.
Hey, guards.
By the
Oh,
way, he also
yeah.
told us we needed to go up and talk to your prisoner up there before we leave.
That's not what he said at all.
Were you
Well, what are
listening?
you
Were
gonna
you
do
listening
about
to the
it?
same
Murder us?
conversation we just had?
arrest us, prevent us from saving 10 towns.
Can you guys give me some lumber? I just want
Seriously, what are your consequences?
I
Lay
just
them
want some
out.
treated wood.
The two guards.
Damn it, I am correct.
The two guards inside the door just sort of begin shifting nervously. Both of their hands go to their swords. One of the ones that came down the stairs has a long sword instead of a short sword and slowly reaches back and begins palming the pommel of it.
Listen,
You don't
lad.
want any funny business. You just wait here for the master to return.
Listen, lad. You don't want to do that.
No, I really don't. But if you're talking
you
about
don't.
going places you're not supposed to go, we got a job to do.
If you don't want to do it,
I'm
you
gonna-
don't have to.
I'm gonna stick out my butt at him. Like, hands on knees, wave my butt at him. And I'm gonna be like, oh, go on then. Oh, I'm so terrified. You definitely shouldn't stab me. That would be horrible. Oh, go. Oh, no. Oh, dear. I'm calling your bluff, you
Listen,
dumb
gents.
bastard.
Wilhelm, the guard that spoke, sort of turns towards you, recognizing your more rigid stance, the armor you wear, the way you carry yourself, sort of a kindred thinking there, and says, "Is he always like this?
You have no idea.
I've become very agitated.
You know, we're hiring here if you need a better gig."
I will keep that in mind if everyone dies and I still survive.
I wouldn't take a job here if it was the last job. Yeah,
You can't
You
keep a
realize-
goldfish alive. They wouldn't want you.
They're not gonna kill us.
Zed
Gents.
is like confused.
we're
like,
going
just
to go
steps away
upstairs to
from
talk to
you,
this
like,
man.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
You're gonna try?
You hear
Uh,
two swords drawn from the foot of the stairs.
Easiest
Guys.
thing for you to do is to
It's-
pretend it never happened.
I put my hand
Literally.
on Osborne's like, Osborne,
It's either that
we do not want to start trouble.
or flames.
no.
The other two now draw their short swords and lift their shields off their backs. You sure you want to do this? We don't work for Kadroth, but we got to follow his orders for now.
Wait, you don't work for
But you don't.
you don't work. What was it? Hadroff? Is that his name? You don't
No,
work for
they
that guy.
They work for Levistus.
We
This
work
is
for
established.
Kranich.
You work for
Kranich.
Kranich.
Yeah,
Well, why can't we
And
just go talk to
Kadroth
him?
is telling you what to do.
because he's an asshole and Kranich says he needs to stay away for now.
What? We're not talking about him. We're talking about us.
What about you?
I'm confused. Wilhelm,
So am I.
My goblin friend would like to go talk to Krennic, if that is okay with you and not contradictory to your orders.
Also,
Kadrov
your
said for you to
occasionally
stay here.
boisterous change.
Cadwell said for us to stay here, goblin friend. You understand that they are following orders and they will continue to follow orders. I'm doing my mediating thing.
Wait.
You mediate, you repeat what the other person said so you hear it from somebody that is neutral. So the guards are not going to let you go see what you want to see because you have been ordered to stay here. Do you understand that
By
they are
who?
orders? By the
Cadwell.
very man
You
that
don't-
just left.
You aren't employed by Cadrell, you're employed by Krennic.
Right, but Kadrov's in charge right now because Krennic's lost his mind.
Krennic's lost his mind. Nobody
Well,
said that.
he's just kind of a real asshole and doesn't care about the town. Kadrov says that meanie lost his mind.
Okay,
It was
Osborne,
the
the
la-
guards understand that it is really just a coup, but they know that this leader is a better leader. So they're
Well,
going to
yeah.
continue to follow the better leader because the current leader was such shit. That's the guy you want to talk to.
Well, look,
you
I
understand
wouldn't
what
have
they are
been so
saying.
Rude if I had thought that you know, actually had a reason to be doing this.
I mean,
I'm
it's our
sorry.
job.
Genuinely, I do want to apologize. I shouldn't have shaken my ass at you. I thought that this was a whole different thing, and that's on me. Anyway, no, I honestly I trust these guys. If they say that we don't need to talk to Krennic and Krennic's an asshole who lost his mind, we don't need to talk to Krennic.
I
Good.
get some wood.
Great.
Can he?
I didn't
Can my
know-
friend?
Jesus.
Hello,
I'll
sword
find you
again.
a nice
guards. Look,
something
while
out in
we
the
have all
wild
come to
that
an
we can
accord,
harvest and
my
treat
friend
yourself.
here would really like to have that one torch that you
Please.
can easily replace. Is that
Yeah,
okay?
Actually, the torch would be good.
Thank you. And he hands
Is that
the
a,
torch
I
over.
didn't, is that a
to
yes?
Griffin.
He
To
reaches
Vulcan,
up and
sorry.
hands it down.
To
It's
Vulcan.
sooty on one end and smells a lot like oil, but it's essentially a shaft of wood.
Great. I'm gonna thank you. I'm glad
Thanks
we
for
could
not
solve
making
this.
us kill you.
I'm gonna cast minor illusion.
Look, I already apologized. What do
Are
you
there
want?
any somatic components to that spell?
Yes.
Give me a sleight of hand check, please.
All right. 11. I wanted it to sound like Krennic was yelling from above to let one person up, but okay. 11.
So you do that,
Uh-huh.
and the two guards that your back is to at the foot of the stairs immediately look up towards the source of the sound, and one of the ones by the door seems a bit perplexed and looks to the other, who just sort of hones in on you, looks at your hands, looks at you. I didn't know goblins could do magic.
I don't know what you're talking about. Did you all hear that from upstairs? And I'll
The
kind of
guard-
push
Whittling.
Adrian forward.
None of us back him up.
Someone should go
I am
talk to him.
whittling.
You're busted,
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah,
The guard who didn't just talk to Ozzy, I kind of want to like walk past him and like pretend like I stumbled, you know, like the poor old lady trying to cross the street or something.
Oh, sorry. I was just I lost my balance a bit. When was the last time either of you gentlemen saw Chronic?
As you go to act like you stumble, he has just sheathed his sword and has a newly free hand that he reaches out as if he were to catch you. But as you right yourself, he, well, I'd say it's been, what would you say, like, a week, maybe more.
Up by Easthead up there.
And then the reason I fell into them, I did want to try and see if they also had that blue crystal anywhere on them that's a little less visible, possibly.
You can either give me an investigation check at disadvantage, so you can, like, actually paw over them, or just give me a perception check.
I'm gonna do the investigation at disadvantage. No, wait. I should do
Actually, make it a
perception.
straight roll, but the DC is going to be a little higher.
Okay.
That would make more sense.
I got 16 straight roll.
16. As you sort of stumble and he goes to catch you, you sort of push back where his cloak is draped around the front of his half plate, and you see his neck and the top of his shirt. You don't see any chain hanging around it.
Just curious.
Anything else? Or you...
We are waiting.
I'm-
well,
I'm-
I mean,
I-
James might
I-
want to press the
I-
issue, but we're waiting for
yeah.
Kranich to
I
come
just
back
want to
in.
whittle for God's sake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vulcan's just trying to whittle. We're watching this fiasco with Osborne and seeing.
Yeah.
Y'all do have wood carver's tools now.
Yep.
So as Vulcan seats himself and begins to whittle away at this torch, just a few more minutes pass by before Thube reemerges from one of the side chambers. We've got your sled and the dogs ready. Right this way.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
And he leads you out into the courtyard that y'all saw on the way in, that included a couple of empty stands and some small areas for what would be like for tethering horses. There's some feed troughs, and there is indeed a modest but fully functioning looking sled and 2 robust sled dogs that are already harnessed to it. There is a small bundle of firewood, a couple of blankets, and a few days of rations piled on the sled for you. You see Kadros standing over there nodding and admiring the work and discussing with a human man that is in just plain, almost like farmer's garb with a heavy woolen coat over it, who is handed a small pouch of what you presume to be coin before he makes his way back towards the gate. And Kadros turns to face you all. I'm sorry for the delay. These resources are highly sought in this area, and bargaining can take a bit of time, but we made a price that was agreeable for both parties, and I hope this will fit your needs. There is an extra harness under the bales of blankets there.
Thank you very much. You have been most accommodating.
You are very
We
welcome.
did-
I-
We
Within
did
your
steal
limits.
a torch. We
No.
stole a torch,
You
No,
didn't steal
We
it.
but we
borrowed a
needed
torch.
it.
It was
No,
given.
it was a normal borrowing of a torch.
I just
Not even
wanted to
a
let
torch
you know that
anymore.
you're
Oh, I
gonna
mean,
be
it's
missing one. That's
Not
all.
really borrowing. I mean,
gives you a light bow, Gran, and a sweeping gesture where he tucks his arm against his midsection. You are ever the polite guest, and I should certainly hope to host you again soon. Thank you for letting us know. We will be sure to replace it from the stores.
Excellent.
Now then, I guess you will be on your way. May
Yes.
Levistus watch over you and keep you warm in the delightful snow. And you hear the ching, 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 ching as the portcullis is raised for the man standing at the gate waiting to pass back out into the open of Icewind Dale. And it remains raised for you to pass through on the next leg of your adventure.
We go.
So it is 9 o'clock, which is normally where we wrap. We were a little late getting started, so I'm going to leave it up to you guys whether we press on for another half hour or so.
I'm okay for a half hour.
I'm going to
I'm
keep
just gonna
going.
half hour, yeah.
Absolutely.
We can take a
Yeah.
5-minute break, but
Yeah.
I'm going to keep
Yes,
going.
I would love a
Yeah.
break, but
Let's do that.
I gotta pee.
We'll take a
Yeah.
quick 5 or so minute break.
Yeah, we'll
and
go
then you
to
can rejoin us here.
we'll go to 5 a.m. or so. Yeah.
I've done that.
We'll see.
It's painful.
I'm ready.
We'll be right back, guys. Hang tight.
I
Hey guys, psych, don't be mad. There's not really anybody
Nobody's
watching right now, but if you're watching at a later date, don't be mad. We're gonna
Nobody's
go
gonna be
ahead and
mad.
wrap right here.
They're gonna be so mad.
Just
I'm
DM me
mad.
on Twitter. You know,
Yeah,
you,
get it
you
get
can-
it to
Morgan's
James
not
and
ready.
Morgan on Twitter. Like, be so
At
furious.
Goblin
at them.
Neon. At Goblin Neon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get him.
Yeah, send me a nasty DM.
Do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready. I haven't
Right
gotten
now.
any
I'm-
nasty DMs since we
I'm
started
gonna send
this
him
thing.
one right now.
Yeah.
Please do. I
Dude,
mean,
what
I'll
kind
know
of
who
nasty?
it's from, so it doesn't really count. But
Oh,
we haven't gotten
Gonna
any
make-
nasty DMs on.
I'm gonna make a new account to send you.
we
an
can't
At
say
Goblin
we made
Neon.
it until we get hate mail, man.
I know.
yes.
I haven't
I
gotten
can
any.
see that in L.
So send us some
But-
hate mail. That'd
Fan
be
art and
great.
hate
If
mail.
you are watching, whether it be tonight or at a later date, we do really, really appreciate all our viewers. And
Mhm.
we will be playing again next week, where the party sets out towards Easthaven to see what kind of warm welcome is awaiting them. Avarice did mention expecting one there herself.
I don't
So
think it's going to be
we'll
very
see
warm.
where it leads.
Is that where Avarice was going?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Why
Yeah.
aren't we going
Yes.
there now?
It's also where
We
the
are
Gorg
going there
are.
now.
we are literally doing that.
We are literally doing that.
We stopped buying Caerdinival to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our whole
And
job.
By
we
the
might
way,
make a real quick stop to go talk to the bartender to go pick up some goods,
Could pick up some
Mhm.
barrels to get refilled.
but you deserve
Yep.
this.
I mean, you don't have to now. You got a sled.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Well,
maybe he would
yeah,
pay
we still have
us.
to pick out the barrels for him to refill.
yeah, half now, half
Might
later.
as well
Good
follow
call,
that
Gran, good
side
call.
quest up.
Yeah.
If we've got the opportunity.
Set up
Y'all
the
are just
logistic
good
route.
folks. Good guys.
still want to talk to Granick.
Yeah, but you're not going to fireball someone to do it.
Good.
You could.
You
We
could.
stop you. We won't
We'll just,
intervene
we'll
if
just
they
make
try
a
to kill
quick
you.
stop
but, yeah.
off at the tavern, provided nobody suddenly RPs up a
You certainly
massive
can.
feud
You can
with a
do
random
whatever
tavern
you
patron.
want.
Yes.
Just there's always consequences. It's D&D. All right,
We
y'all.
love it.
We're gonna call it for tonight. We appreciate you. We love you very
Mhm.
much. Remember, follow us at Goblin Neon for all of our scheduling updates, and we will check you next time.
Thanks for coming.
Bye.
Bye.
See you around.